Hi everybody, I wanted to jump on here and do a quick video. I haven't been on in a couple weeks now and I wanted to give you an update. I will say that I'm having mouth sores, so I have one like canker sore right on the tip of my tongue, right here. And so whenever I try to say my T's, it sounds kind of funny. Yeah, mouth sores, I have cracks on either side of my mouth. And inside in the back there I have a sore. So I haven't wanted to do a ton of talking in the last couple of days, but I didn't want another week to go by without updating you. This week will be going into week 10 of my chemo treatments. I noticed a huge difference this week. Week 9 is what I had on last Friday. Today is Tuesday. No, today's Wednesday. So I did notice I was a lot more tired and fatigued quicker, but I was able to help my husband and friends of ours cut up a moose. We did that 2 nights after my husband got home from work and on Sunday afternoon. So that was huge. I mean, we probably had like 300 pounds of meat that we ground and cut into steaks and froze. So that is going to help out a lot for meat this winter, and I'm super excited about that and all the different sausages that we've made. I'm just feeling so blessed to be able to help contribute still. Saturday, we took my niece and nephew on the youth day hunt to shoot a doe, and I hunted with my niece. We sat in a blind, and within an hour she shot her first deer ever, and it was very, very exciting. It was raining in the morning, and I thought, oh man, what have I got myself into? But it was absolutely it's so much fun, and I'm so glad that, you know, I did it. You know, it's so easy to say, well, you know, I'm going through chemo, and oh, my immune system's down, and oh, you know, make excuses. It's so easy to do that, but I have felt so well, and my numbers and my counts have been up. My numbers last week were again over 400,000 platelets, so that's just again my body revving up, and because it knows that God created such a crazy being, you know, in us, and everything He created is just amazing. But it's amazing that God programmed our bodies to know to respond when the white blood count and red blood count gets decreased. At that point, you're more susceptible to infection. So my body is working extra hard to create more platelets so that my counts don't go down, so that I can fight off infections still pretty easily. So I haven't had any issues there, and no colds or sicknesses. So that's been good. Just still suffering with hot flashes. Pretty bad at night especially, and I've lost a huge amount of hair, so I actually have a wig on right now that a friend gave me. I just actually washed it. I don't have makeup on, you can probably tell, but I just washed it this morning, well actually this afternoon, and I have it on to try to get it to lay more the way that I would wear it if it was my natural hair, the way that I would normally part it. So that's what I'm doing. I also did an interview which was so much fun this week on Monday night, I believe it was, with a friend of mine from True North Beauty Products. And I have been using her products. I actually have the cleansing oil on my face right now. I've been using that because around my eyes I get really, really dry, and I have tried using coconut oil. It doesn't cut it. The cleansing oil really does help a lot. You can tell I have really dark circles under my eyes. You know, I'm just getting tired a lot easier, but to put on makeup, you know, to just do a video or to kick around the house, just not loving the idea. So take me as I am. You guys love me or hate me either way, right? I know you all love me. And I'm grateful for that also. So I wanted to talk about, we made a decision about surgery. I have not yet met with my surgeon to 100% lock in with her, but we met with the radiation oncologist, which I think I had talked about. Radiation oncologist wants me to do 20 treatments of radiation if I have a lumpectomy. I kind of felt like my surgeon was kind of leaning me towards the lumpectomy. She was surprised that I was considering a mastectomy because they've done studies on lumpectomy versus mastectomy, and it's a 5-year study that they've done so far, and the numbers are very comparable as far as survival rate in that 5-year plan. But the way that I feel about it is I'm 40, and I want to live another 40 years at least. And statistically, there's just not enough information, in my opinion, out there to say that I won't have a reoccurrence within that 40 years. And I just don't want to chance it. I don't want to have to deal with this again when I'm 60, 70, 80, ever again. So I'm going to do everything I can to hopefully prevent it by choosing the mastectomy, which does have the research to back it up as far as reoccurrence. In addition to that, we met with the plastic surgeon last week. The plastic surgeon, the dog's bumping the tripod, but the plastic surgeon basically told me that if I choose to do a lumpectomy with radiation and then say the cancer comes back, the radiation changes your skin. It changes the elasticity of the skin. So it would be much harder for me to have a lumpectomy, say, and then turn around and them say, oh, well, you really should have a mastectomy after all. I have chosen a nipple-sparing mastectomy. So in this case, as long as my tumors are 3 centimeters away from my nipple, sorry, I'm having a hard time talking, I can choose this as an option. So I will, they do biopsy the nipple to make sure that it does not have cancer in it. But with this option, I'll be able to keep my nipple, and they will just take out the fat and fiber and tumors and muscle, not muscle, but you know, what makes up the breast, the tissue, yeah. And then so at that point I'll have an expander put in, and that will be filled periodically until it's the size of my other breasts, and then we will have an implant put in, and that could be 3 to 6 months, really. So it's kind of quite a process, but it's not like you wake up and you are flat-chested. You know, they, I believe they start, maybe not exactly immediately, because I talked to the surgeon about having an immediate implant, and the way that it's explained is, you know, you have the seam where they've cut basically to take out all of the breast underneath the skin, and they sew that flap shut, and if you have pressure behind it, obviously it's going to cause issues, you know, and possibly an infection, and we're going to avoid that at all costs. So it won't be an immediate implant, but it won't be long before it feels somewhat back to normal, in my opinion. I'm thinking. What else? Yeah, so this week will be week 10. I have 2 weeks left of this chemo round, which is the Taxol, Perjeta, Herceptin, and actually this week here will be my last round of all 3 drugs, which is a little bit harder on me, I found. And then the next 2 will be both Taxol, which are a little bit easier. They just give me an upset stomach with diarrhea. So, yeah, like I said, I've been so happy that I've been able to do all that I've done. I actually, on Monday, I took my nephew, on Monday, I took my nephew to school in the fire truck for Fire Prevention Week. We raffle off a fire truck ride to 3 kids, and my nephew was one that won. So I was so excited when they called me and said they needed a driver, and it happened to be my West. So Wesley and I drove to school, and he was so excited, and he was so interested in the fire department and all that, and I really hope that he continues to follow that path because it is so rewarding. I'm not sure what else to fill you guys in on. I did want to talk to you about my chemo appointments, but I really think this video has been long enough, and maybe I'll do that next week. So I hope everybody is well, and thank you for checking out the video and hearing the update. I hope you all are well. Mwah. Bye.